from Rochester, Minnesota. Yes, we're out here again, ice fishing at Foster Arends Park in Rochester, Minnesota. And it's a little snowy out this morning. But yeah, good morning, everybody. We're going to try to get onto the rainbows, but it seems like they're down a little too deep, like 20 feet. But check this out. This is my new auger drill. You know, I always thought high torque for an auger was the way to go, but it isn't, because it rattles all around. You can't control it. So with this is a mud mixer drill. This will do anything. This is the beast of the beast drills. It's very stable. It has 550 RPMs. It eats the ice. You don't barely have to even hold it. Or any other drill, when you're doing an auger, you got to hold on tight, because it's like it's like a roller coaster ride. You can go either way, so you need two handles. But this one just goes so smooth down into the ice. I'll never go back again to a regular drill with high output. It's sort of this is the way to go. This is the best. It's $275 out the door, but it's well worth it, man. I could do anything with this thing. Okay, let me hook you guys up. Good morning to you. Let me hook these up, and we'll see what we can get this morning. Let's jig it again. All right. Let's see what we can get this one over here. I got a couple hours on me, and the battery, the phone will probably go. So we'll go for a couple hours, see if we get anything. But yeah, it's only about 32, but a polar vortex is coming in this afternoon, and it's going to get unbearably chilly out here, and I'm not going to be out here then in the elements. And you're just crazy to come out. Yes, sir, you are then. It was 10 degrees yesterday. I was out in it. But then again, the trout were down deep. Every time, I've had 3 or 4 bites today, but it's very hard to set the hook when you're down that deep. Why are the fish down that deep? It's their swim bladder. It's low pressure that's pushing them down. It's more stable water. Now, once it starts rising, then they're going to rise. They're going to start coming up. So, I see a couple down there, but they're really down deep. Yes, sir. Good morning to everybody. Let's get a couple hours in of fishing, and we'll see what happens, huh? Because, like I said, for the next 4 days, I'm not going to be doing any fishing. It'll be too darn cold. I don't like dragging the tent and all that sled and all that crap down here. I got a bad back as it is. I don't need to drag that crap down here. But then, after this show, I will be back in 4 days. We'll be back. And I'm going to do a lot of live shows. You can count on it. So let's find these rainbows where they're hiding, huh? We have to do a couple more holes. Here's what we're working with today. A piece of beaver tail on the end wiggling, and a fly. A woolly bug with a blue head. Yes, sir. Yeah, I don't know if they're going to show up today or not. You know, even the professionals down here, like myself, get skunked down here at Foster Arends. And it's usually because low pressure is pushing them down to more stable water. You need that barometric pressure to start zooming up. And then they're going to come up underneath the ice, right underneath the ice and feed. Yeah, all I can do is give it a shot. It's not called catching, it's called fishing. Let's see what we can do today, huh? Come on, Mr. Rando, cooperate. Yeah, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tents out here on Friday. I imagine they'll get more and more out here. Where you guys at? Huh? Where you guys at? Yes, we're ice fishing for rainbow trout. Yesterday I only got 2, which is a good day actually, but I had high expectations because I've been doing so well here. Last week or a week and a half ago, I got 40 something when they first stocked the 2,000 trout they put in here. And then it was like 20 a day every time I showed up here. 23, 20. So all you got to do is find them, and know what depth they're at, and then you're going to start getting the bite. I think they're down really deep right now. All right, let's do some more holes. You gotta be careful. You look over here, right there. Someone went through, you can see all the pieces of ice. So I know this is 5 inches here because I measured it. Just look at that ruler on that stick over there. There's a ruler on that. So I could go a little further to the right or to the left. I think I'm going to go to the left here. And I could try all these holes over there. Huh? Does that sound like a plan? Hello everybody, good morning to you. Hi. How you doing everybody? Alright, let's do a couple holes with this beast. Mud mixer, fuel. Learn about the fun of rainbows. See, I got a measuring stick. So when I put the scooper down to slush it out, get the slush out of the hole, I measure it. Because if you don't, you're foolish. This is a safety precaution. I don't want to be standing on 3 inches of ice. 3 inches of ice, you're going through. I like 4 at least, if not 5. The other day we were down here, and it was 6 inches right here, 4 inches right over to my left to where I showed you. And 2 people went in because of that, being foolish. High temperatures, thin ice, boom. That's a disaster, a recipe for disaster. So we're going to be safe. Yes, there we are. Be safe about what we do. All right, let's try some new holes. Drop it down about 10, 20 feet. Because that's where I think they're sitting today, rainbows, because the low pressure pushes them down deep in the water. So you want rise, barometric pressure, brings them up. Because they got a thing called swim bladder. Swim bladder affects them. They get gas in their swim bladder. It pushes them down, low pressure. All predatory fish got a swim bladder. That's northerns. I had a couple bites today, about 4 or 5. I've seen some, but they're all the way like 20 feet down. It's hard to set the hook. You gotta breathe the pole quick. Set that hook. It's extremely difficult. It's easier to get them maybe 3 or 4 feet underneath the ice. We're ice fishing rainbow trout is what we're doing. These are stocked from the hatchery, Lanesboro Hatchery in Minnesota. You got about 5, 6 inches of ice right in this vicinity here. Other places are like 9. So you're going to have your safety gear. The way to get out, these are spikes. And if you're on the ice and you fell through, you spike it in the ice and pull yourself out. I come down here by myself, that's what I have always safety gear. If I go in, I want to make sure I can get out. You know? You can never be too safe, because no ice is safe ice. Let's find at least one rainbow today, huh? Temperature's going to start plummeting below zero. We've got a polar vortex coming in through the top part of the United States. I'm in Minnesota, so that's going to definitely affect me. The next 4 days is going to be really frigid. Arctic, should I say. Arctic temperatures. I'm doing a 2-hour show early this morning because I won't be back out again for 4 days. So, you know, 5th day I will do another one. I think I'm going to do more live shows, people. So subscribe, like, or comment if you feel. Tell me what you think. These live shows, I'm getting a lot of subscribers. One day I got 100. Yesterday I got 75. So keep on subbing, man. You're going to like what the content that I do. Especially if you're a fisherman. You're going to like the content. All we need to do is find a rainbow now. And we need that barometric pressure to start rising. And the fish are going to start coming up higher in the water level and start feeding. Hope everybody's doing well. Have a happy new year. Last year was a bad year for me. I had a tree fall in my house, 100-foot, 4.5 circumference tree. Lightning hit it and crashed it right all over my roof. Luckily, Flo from Progressive, she had to open her purse real wide and they paid it. They paid the claim. Shout out to my insurance adjuster and my contractor from Paul Davis Contractors. Check them out. Great contractors. Paul Davis. Come on, Mr. Rainbow. Where are you at? Here's what we're working with today. We got a little fly, woolly bug fly, and a piece of actual beaver tail. Would you imagine that, using but it flutters around on the hook like it's a maggot. Looks like a little maggot, doesn't it? Yes, sir, looks like a little maggot. Or a mealworm, but it's more elastic. So it flutters through the water, and it's better than silicone because it can't pull it off the hook. I could hang my hemostats, these guys, from that, and it won't come off the hook. That's how tough the little buggers are. Okay, where are these rainbows at? Where are these rainbows at? Just give me one at least, huh? Give me one. I got two yesterday. A week and a half ago, they put 2,000 trout in. Now, you may say, well, you're fishing out of season. Trout ain't in season. Well, here is a special regulation pond located in Rochester, Minnesota. There's signs in the parking lot that says special regulations. So what that means is year-round trout fishing. And they stock it 600 every 2 weeks. Sometimes they even put in up to 2,000 because they have so many fish. And yeah, if you live in Minnesota, you might want to check out one of these ponds. They're fun as hell. Come here, catch a couple trout, and you can have keep 3. Even though in the state limit it's 5, here is special regulations, so it's only 3. 1 over 16 if you can find them. But every now and then, they put in brooder, like the breeders that are from the hatchery. And those ones are 4 and 5 pounds. Are they fun to catch? Oh man. You check out some of my earlier videos, I have them on there. I also have some videos of brooder brook trout, from 16 to 22 inch brook trout, which are pretty. So yeah, check out some of my content, but please like, subscribe, and I appreciate y'all. Comment if you want. Yeah, we're giving these live shows a swing to see how well I do, and maybe I could finally get monetized after 5 years on YouTube. Like 5 years I've been on YouTube, and I'm trying to figure it out, and they say the live shows are the way to go. So I'm giving it a swing for the next 3 months. I'm going to be doing 3 or 4 a week when I can, when it's not too frigid out. I don't come down usually when it's below 15 or below. But, you know, there's variables that matter, like the wind and stuff. So, let's see if these trout are going to rise today. Rise to the occasion, as they say. Yes, sir. Very cloudy day. We were getting real thin snowflakes. Got, boy, not just dust in the snow last night. But the temperatures are going to zoom down below 0 within the next couple hours, 4 or 5 hours, and it's going to get real windy. So it's going to be horrible conditions to be outside. That's Minnesota for you. We might as well be a part of Canada, because that's what it's like. All right, come on, Mr. Trout. Just swim in and grab that. Come on, where are you at? There's one. Yeah! Yeah! One just came up and hit it. They're rising. The fish are rising. They're rising, they're rising, they're rising to the occasion. Oh, be careful. Hope the phone doesn't blow over. You got some wind coming in. Seen one, though. I seen one. Yes, sir. Maybe we will get a couple today. I don't know, but we'll soon find out. One came in and nipped at it. It didn't really take it all the way in, but he nipped at it. You could look down the hole, and you could see my jig, and you could see the fish come in and open in his mouth. But other than that, it's really dark down there, actually. So you got to use a colorful jig. And that beaver tail I'm using is actually glow in the dark. There he is again. Yes, sir. They're showing up. Get some. And they're showing up today. All right, come on, let's get one. They're coming in. Here we go. Hut, hut. Come on, hit me. Okay, where'd you guys go now? I've seen 1 or 2 of them down there. This area that I'm fishing here, though, I'm chasing the rainbow tornado, which in the hatchery they swirl. So when they put them in here, they'll go around the shoreline for a day or two and then consolidate in one spot and just swirl. The rainbow tornado is what I call it. You want to get in the middle of this rainbow tornado, wherever it may be. You don't want to run away from this tornado. All right, come on back. They swirl in and they swirl out. Well, I hope I make entertaining content. I know it's better when I catch fish than just watching me freeze outside. Come on, guys, where'd you go? Go down a little deeper. The winds are going to pick up and I'm going to be out of here. And that polar vortex is coming in and it's not going to be too fun to be outside. I like winter, love the ice, but yeah, when it gets certain temperatures, it's just, you can't be outside. Your skin will freeze. You get frostbite. And if you do come out, you got to be inside a heated tent. Otherwise, you can only spend 20 minutes outside and run back to the car freezing. Yeah, I know they're down there. I see them swimming around down there. They're down there. This hat, this red fox fur hat I got off Etsy. $80 from Ukraine. The same Ukraine by Russia, yeah. 80 bucks. Now it's like $100, but it is the warmest hat I ever had in my life. Keep your head warm and the heat doesn't escape the top of your head. Sometimes I got to take this hat off because I'm sweating so much underneath it. It's like 32 degrees and dropping right now. Come on, where are you guys at? You drop it and you bring it up. You bring it up, you bring it down. You flutter it. Jig it. Until one of them comes in and grabs it. All right, let's try another hole. But thank you for viewing, and thank you for subscribing. Been doing the live shows and get a lot of subscribers. starting to drop. I'll put my gloves on. Clouds are pushing out. Look at the sunshine. Those winds. Hang in there, don't fall over. Let's try this hole over here. Let's try this hole right here. Hello everybody, good morning to you. Thank you for watching. If you like what you're seeing, please subscribe. At least give me a warm like. Or leave a comment if you feel like it. I'll get back in you later on. Let's try this hole here. I got one of the bites out of the hole here, but it was only 20 feet down and I was getting the bite. Extremely low. I'll do this for a couple hours and then sign out. My phone battery takes a lot out of your phone battery. You only get a couple hours, 2.5 hours to be precise, out of a full charge iPhone 14 Pro. I don't know where these rainbows hiding. Seen a couple swim by. They just didn't take the hook though. Yep. Just a couple swim by, that's all I saw. We got 2 yesterday. Come on, fish, they need to rise. Down too deep. How's everybody doing? I hope you're all doing well. Come on, give me some bites. Here comes that wind. Shake you around a little. You guys don't go a little closer to the hole. I don't want to have you guys fall over. Here we go. All right. Hello, everybody. There we go. That'll be better. Better butter. All right. Come on. Let's get a bite. My toes are starting to get a little chilled. Yes, sir. Hear those sounds? Those sounds are ice expanding. It's not cracking, it's expanding. That's what that sounds like when you're standing on top of the ice. It's scary sounding, but it's just the ice expanding. It makes a low, muffled sound across the ice, shimmies across the ice. And every now and then you get major big cracks across the ice because the ice expands and pushes against each other and cracks. Oh, here we go. Yes, sir. There we are. First rainbow of the day. Get some. Yes, sir. There we go. There we go. Some rainbow action. All right. First fish of the day. Rainbow, 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 rainbow. Pretty girl, isn't she? Please like, subscribe, thumbs up, comment if you like. There's the first rainbow, all right? Yeah, I knew I'd find them here. All right. What do you think? Is that an eater or keeper? Well, I don't eat or keep, so I'm just going to let this rainbow go. Unless somebody out there, do you want it? Somebody say something. I'll say, whoop, there he goes back. Well, at least I got one today. And we're going to release it. That's a good 14-inch rainbow. But that was fun, wasn't it? Oh boy, I'm glad I caught one of those today. Back me up so you can see me do that again, okay? We'll try and do that again. Well, we got one on the board. Let's get some more. I hope they're waking up, because we got like an hour and a half left on that battery on the phone. So if they really start biting, I'll put in my power pack and charge the phone while I'm fishing. Stay a little longer. But that's only if they start really biting good. Okay, we're on the board. We got one. All right. But this wind's supposed to pick up down here, and the temperature's supposed to drop with the polar vortex coming swooping down into the United States. It's going to get extremely chilly the next 4 days. All right, one on the board. Get some! Come on, let's see this again. Let's get another one. That was down pretty deep. I'd say that was about 12 feet, 13 feet down. It was down deep. So we'll try that again. And you can tell it was deep because I didn't want to reel in. I just pulled my arm all the way up and pulled the line. And kept it taut. You got to keep that line tight or else they'll just shake it loose and get off the hook. The further down you are, the harder it is to set the hook. You got to bring your arms all the way up to set it. So we want them just 3 to 4 feet underneath the ice so we can set the hook correctly and beat them out. That one was barely hooked, didn't even pierce his mouth, the hook. I pulled him out and flopped right off the hook immediately. If I didn't have that line taut, I would have never pulled him out. He would have got off the hook and swam away underneath the ice. All right, come on, let's get another one. The lines are stuck on the ice. It was right there. I don't want that either. Okay, come on, Miss number 2, where you at? Number 2, going for 2. I decided I'm going to do a lot more live shows, so if you want to subscribe, please subscribe. I'm going to do 3 to 4 shows a week, per week. So 2-hour shows at least, some go into 2.5. So if you like this, you're into fishing, please subscribe. Even if you're not into ice fishing, you know, it's fun to watch if you're a fisherman. Not all fishermen fish year-round. I fish year-round, through the whole year. One of my favorites time of the year is ice season, and that's what I'm doing now. It's trout fishing. But I will fish northern. I will fish anything, catfish. I will fish carp in the summer. And that carp fishing is really fun because I set my pole when I get a carp. I set my iPhone above my pole, and you can watch me pull them in like you're pulling them in yourself. You'll enjoy those videos. Look them up on my channel. Okay, come on, number 2. Where are you at? I know you're hiding down there somewhere. Come on. Yeah, everybody's hiding in the tent today. Well, one guy isn't, by the dock over there. This pond is called Foster Arends Park. Arends is A-R-E-N-D-S Park in Rochester, Minnesota. And if you live in Minnesota, you might want to check it out. It's year-round trout fishing, and they stock it every 2 weeks. So there's a lot of fishing here. If you like eating rainbow trout, you keep 3 out of here. 1 over 16. And some days I catch 20, some days I catch 40. It's some days I get skunked. So there's that. Everybody gets sprayed by the Foster Arends skunk every now and then. Let's find another one. Maybe that one was just swimming through. think we got enough holes to find another one. Get a little deeper. Very dark underneath the ice, but you can see your lure drop down until it goes like the 20-foot range, and then you can't see it. Where you at, Trout? We're fishing rainbow trout on 6 inches of ice in Rochester, Minnesota. Foster Arends Park has a pond that we stock trout 600 every 2 weeks. And some people who live in town don't even know about it. That's what's so funny. Yeah, it's not advertised. Unless you go to the website, you'll see a lot of my videos. So let's go ice fishing, huh? Subscribe. I'm getting a lot of subscribers from these live shows, so I'm going to do more. So I finally get paid after 5 years of doing YouTube. It's actually been longer than that. I think it's been 6 or 7 I've been doing it. But I got involved in the shorts, and I hear the live shows are more prosperous. So I'm doing live shows now. Okay, where's these rainbows? Let's move to the next hole, huh? Let's turn you around and we'll start going this direction. Let's start from the far side. All right. Good morning, everybody. Yeah, it's still morning, only 11 o'clock, at least here in Minnesota. Let's find some more rainbow trout. I got one so far. You like what you see, you're a fisherman and you like ice fishing and never ice fish, this is what it's all about. Cold states like Minnesota, the ponds and the lakes freeze and you can walk on the water. hard water they call it. And you can go find the fish, you don't need a boat. You can find them, just walk across the pond. Yeah. That's why I think I like ice fishing so much. You just got to be able to put up with the cold elements, and to do that you put on layers of clothes, layers so you're warm. And you get a red fox fur hat like this. Recently got some Gorilla Grip gloves. These are nice too, with cut fingers. I drop it down about 10, 15 feet. Jig it a couple times. There's one down there. Yep, I seen them. They're coming up. I seen him swipe right by, swim right by and try to grab that lure. Yep, there's another one. There's another one. They're down there. I'm going to get another one. Going to get another one. There we go. That's number 2. Yes, sir, that's the way it's done. There's number 2. All right, number 2. Number 2 rainbow trout. Get some. Yes, sir, there we go. Please subscribe, like, comment if you want. There's number 2. They're down there swimming all around. It's going to be a good day. I may have to put my extra battery on to do more than a 2-hour show if they start really biting good. Yeah, he took that. She was hungry. She took that really good. Yes, sir. Another important tool, some hemostats. You use these to take the hook off without it touching the fish. Like so. And there it goes off the hook. And it's going to go right back in the hole. There's number 2. Yay! And it swims back down in the hole. All right, what do you think, guys? Should I keep on going? Should I keep on going? 2 so far. How you doing? Two I count. You know, but last week I got 20. What I'm using is this little woolly bug with a piece of beaver tail on the back. The beaver tail is sold out of on Etsy. It's called Diggers, beaver tail. Look up Diggers. But it imitates a little maggot, but the trout can't steal it because it's so dense and so elastic they can't pull it off the hook. Let me go back down there and while they're biting, let's get some more, okay? What do you think? Comment, subscribe, like, please. Get a lot of subscribers on these live shows, and I'm going to keep on doing them, but I'm going to keep on getting some more trout. You get about 5, 6, 7 feet down. They are. And we'll just keep popping it, jigging it, and we'll get another one. Because I seen more, like 4 or 5 swimming around down there. That's rising as the barometric pressure starts to go up. So do they. Their swim bladders, when low pressure pushes them down, they get gas in their swim bladder, so they got to go lower to stable water. Now, this says to me that the barometric pressure is starting to rise, so they're coming up too. They're rising. And as you can see, I do 7, 8 holes or whatever, and we'll jig. Each hook the hole differently because they swirl around like in a circle, like they do in the hatchery. These are hatchery fish from Lanesboro, Minnesota. You got 2 so far today. Sit down, drink your coffee, eat your eggs and toast, and I'll catch trout for you. So I rise, I let it drop. A lot of times when you're rising it up, that's when they come and try to get it. You can see them opening their mouth and try to grab that fly. Let's see if you can see down the hole without me dropping you down the hole. You get a little close up, huh? Now we're 55 minutes in, but the battery looks at about 50%. Yep, that's about it, but you can see the jig going around down there. Go as long as I can. Okay, well, I'll give it a shot. As long as I'm catching fish and seeing them, I know they're down there. I'll go as long as I can. But then the other variable is if it starts getting 20-mile-per-hour winds, I can't, that's just too drastic for me. I can't take the winds when they're that strong, especially with a phone on the stand. It'll blow over my stand probably. But I will try to go as long as I can. You stick with me and watch as long as you can. And we'll see how many rainbows we can get out of here today. I did so far just as good as yesterday. I got 2. But 2 days before that, I got 23. And 2 days before that, or 4 days before that, I got 20. And then the last week and a half, one day I got 40-something. So that 40-something day, if you look on my live shows, it's back about a week, you're going to find it. Oh boy, what a day that was. Okay, where'd they go? They swam out, it looks like. They swim in and they swim out. So please subscribe if you like this sort of thing. Subscribe, please. Comment if you want, if you need to, what you think. At least give me a warm like. Or share it with somebody you know that's a fisherman. I appreciate all you guys watching. Trying to monetize this YouTube station, so after 7 years I'm finally making money. Please sub. Okay, now we try the next hole. I could have traveled to the next hole, and we're going to find out and try it. Okay, get all tangled up here. Now the next hole. Drop it down about 10 feet. Yeah, we got a cloudy skies. But it looks like it's going to clear up, or else maybe the clouds are coming in. The wind's supposed to pick up, and the polar vortex is coming in this afternoon from the Arctic, and the temperatures are going to get so frigid cold, yeah, it ain't going to be worth it to be outside fishing. So I'm getting it in this morning as much as I can, because for the next 4 days, I can't do any more live shows. I mean, I got a tent. I could bring out a tent and a heater, and that would be a great show, too, for those that never been inside a tent and ice fishing. But I don't know. I don't feel like dragging all that stuff down here when the temperatures are like 0 or negative. Let's see if we can find some more rainbows below the ice. Let's get a 15, 16 incher. Real big one. Sometimes they put the brooders in here from the hatchery, the ones that are breeding and making all the eggs and stuff and babies. They use them for about 2-3 years, and then they got to bring up the next batch of brooders, and so they retire the brooders in this pond, which are 4 or 5 pound fish. And they're rainbows, they're brooks, they're browns. Browns are good eating, but I've eaten so many rainbows over the years, I'm not into cleaning them and all that hassle, all that stuff. I'd rather just go to the store and buy steelhead or salmon. So I come down here and sport fish. This is what I do. This is my job. So please like, subscribe, comment, and we'll see you 3 or 4 days a week live until the ice melts, which will be around March. The middle of March, the ice will melt, or maybe we'll get to the end of March, because this year has been a very cold year. Come on, where are you at, guys? Oh, I see some people are commenting. Oh, you people saying hi, hello, how you doing? Christian? Hope you're having a good day. Christian patriot. We're in Rochester, Minnesota, ice fishing on 6 inches of ice. We're jigging for rainbow trout. We're on number 2. We got 2 yesterday. And 2 days before that, we got 20. And 4 days before that, we got 23. So I'm hoping for a 20 day. I'm a 20 fish day. That's a really fun day. But if you look back on my live shows, you will see when the day I caught 20, the day I caught 23, the day I caught 40 something. You will see on my live shows if you watch them. But I'm going to do this 3 to 4 days a week. And I'm going to try to get my YouTube channel monetized so I start getting paid. That's going to maybe a task that's going to take 3 to 4 months, I think, at least. Maybe another year. But I appreciate all you guys subbing, if you're going to sub. I post a lot of shorts, so you might want to turn off the notifications. Silent the notifications, that's all. But I've actually been doing more live shows than shorts right now. Okay, now we go to the next hole. Let's go to the next hole. Let's get in these. And we'll drop it down a little bit further. Drop it down another 5 feet. I can just barely see it. And we'll start jigging, and then we'll reel it up just a couple feet. Yes, sir. Get some rainbow action in Rochester, Minnesota. Well, 2 so far. And I released, because that's what I do. Hello everybody, good morning to you. Stick around, let's see if we catch some rainbow trout on the ice. Let's find some rainbow trout. The winds are supposed to pick up, so the foam might get a little shaky, but you shouldn't fall over because I'm standing next to you. Well, what are we, 63 minutes in? Hour and 10 minutes. And the battery's starting. Here we go. Here's another one. There's another one. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's number 3. Number 3. Boy, he came out of nowhere. Just boom. Hit me. Hit me. That's number 3. It's tangled up here. Okay, that's all right. Is it? Where the hell am I trying? Alright, I gotta untie it here. Alright, put my pants. A jacket. Alright, let's get the fish back in the water. There we go. There it is. Some rainbow action. We'll zoom in. Yes, sir. There we go, huh? Some rainbow action in Rochester, Minnesota. Full Park. That's number 3. Yes, sir. Hello. Hello, Moses. How are you today? Yes, sir. That's number 3. That's a pretty colorful one right there, huh? Alright, let's get him back in the hole. That's number 3. There it goes. Self-release. See you later. That's number 3. Let's do that again. That was fun, wasn't it? Tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to hook up the battery so my battery don't go dead on my phone. And we'll try to stay out here as long as I can, since I got 3 already. Alright? How's that sound, guys? Please sub. Please subscribe. Hit the like button at least. Give me a warm like. And we're going to stay out here for as long as I can and catch rainbow trout as long as the battery keeps going. Okay? See how many we get. I think that the light's only going to get better and better. It's the wind conditions that I'm concerned about. I don't want to get caught in high winds and stuff. It's supposed to be about 20 mile per hour winds. That's just a little too windy for me. Okay, and it's charging. Yes, sir. We're going to hook you up here. Let's see if we can get a little more today. Alright? Alright, let's get back in that hole. Let's try to get another one. This is what we're dealing with today. We got a little woolly bugger with a little bit of beaver tail on the end. See that little shake? That'll flutter in the water like a maggot. And that's what we're getting them off today. A piece of beaver tail from Diggers off Etsy's. They make them in Wisconsin. They chop up beaver tail, they soak them in fish oil, and they sell them out of a bag like 10 for $3. All right, check that out, Diggers. I'll show you it right here. We'll show you. Let's get a pack of. This is what it is. Diggers jig tails. Right there. And they're sitting in there in fish oil. The real slimy little devils. Get out of the pack. Let's get back down there and get some rainbows. All right, I'm going to drop it down another 5 feet. You can just barely see the jig. And we're going to start jigging. We're going to start jigging. We got our battery charging up, so I can stay out here longer than 2 hours now if I charge up the batteries, and I got an extra battery pack. But you guys got to stick around then and watch, okay? Subscribe, like, comment, please. Share it with your fisherman buddy. I can use all the subscribers I can get. We'll jig so many times at a certain depth, and then we'll turn the handle, reel it up just a little bit like this, and jig that depth. Yep, that might be the magic number, the magic depth right there. Got 10 feet down. You'll feel the fish come in, swim in, and bump your lure. Then you know they're down there. Then you jig it slower so he can get it, so he can actually take it in his mouth. The fish will swim by it, bump it, and turn, make a U-turn, come back and try to get it. There's those winds going. Yes, sir. It's starting to get a little windy. Yeah, I enjoy doing these live shows. And I'm getting a lot of subscribers. Got 75 yesterday and 100 the day before. So please like, subscribe. Give me a thumbs up, at least a warm thumbs up. Comment if you like, if you prefer. Let's find another rainbow. We're going for number 4. We got 3 so far. One was like an 8-inch, and the other 2 were 13s and 15s. Live shows. I'm going to start doing more and more. So subscribe, stick around, man. Let's see what we're doing. Can you see the hole down there I'm jigging? Yeah, you can. Yeah, they'll swim in, grab that fly, boom! Then we'll have to hurry up, set the hook, pull the pole up, set the hook, because we're down deep. Most of the times the hook never penetrates his mouth, because we're down so deep. I can't set the hook down that deep, so I just got to keep the line tight and pull them out. That's what I did for the past 2. Here comes the sun. All right, we got sunny conditions now. Okay, now we're not down that deep. Any swimming by? Alright, now we'll try the next hole. Try the next hole. And you line you up. I think I got focused in too much. So that's in. I want to go out. Alright, now you're lined up. Alright, let's drop it down. Alright, about 10 feet there. Let's find another rainbow trout. We're ice fishing in Rochester, Minnesota at Foster Wren's Park. They stock it with rainbow trout, 600 every 2 weeks in a special regulation year-round pond. Let's get another one. We're on number 3. We want number 4 to swoop in and take that fly. Come on, guys. Where are you at? I know you're down there. This is what we're using. A woolly bug with a bluish green head and a, see the way that flutters around? A piece of beaver tail, actually. Looks like a little maggot, huh? That's what we're dealing with today for the fish. Okay, back down with you. Back down about 10 feet. And we'll see who's down there, if anybody's down there. Thought I might have felt a bump. Perhaps. When you feel bump against your lure, you stop and wait. Just one little jig, slow it down so that fish can get it in his mouth if he's down there. Yeah, trout will come by and slap it with their tail to stun the minnow or whatever they're going after. Sometimes the lure will slap it with their tail. So they stun it and they make a U-turn, come around, and then they take it. Yeah, maybe I'll just stay down here as long as I can today, because I got an extra battery hooked up to my phone. As long as the winds don't get 15, 20 miles per hour, and as long as I keep on catching somewhat. We got 3 so far, going for 4. Barometric pressure is supposed to be rising, so the fish ought to be rising too. Come on, guys, where you at? Bring it up a little, and then we'll try the next jig. 10, 20 times jig. Determine what level they are feeding at, or where they're swimming at. Okay, we did that hole. Now let's go to the next one. Alright, this one we're going to try now. Drop it down 10 feet. And jig. How's everybody doing today, huh? Hope you're having a swell year. It's going to get cold in Minnesota. We got the polar vortex coming in. The next 4 days we're going to have single digits and below zero temperatures. And yeah, not that good to be fishing those drastic temperatures. Come up dead. What's coming up dead? They're going to come up dead. No, they're not. They're live. And then I release them. I'm a sport fisherman. I don't keep them and eat them. Let's try being a little friendly with the comments, huh? Instead of sarcastic. You bonehead. Probably some juvenile. Sounds like a juvenile. Whatever, whoever it is, or she is. All right, we're trying for number 4 rainbow trout. We're ice fishing in Rochester, Minnesota. And then we'll reel it up a little and start jigging again until we find them. Okay, now we'll try the next hole. Move around, move around. Fish move around. There's the next hole. We did about 7, 8 holes in the vicinity, and we're going to try them over and over again. Drop down about 10 feet. How's everybody doing? Hello, 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 everybody. Hi. We're jigging for rainbow trout on the ice. 6 inches of ice. We got 3 so far. We're going for number 4. you at, Rainbows? We got some more people. It's Friday. People rolling down the hill out on the ice. The edges of the ice, the snowpack is all melted, and the edges of the ice are all thin, but in the middle it's good. Toes are getting a little cold out here, I have to be honest. Feeling like ice cubes. But that's what happens when you're standing out here a couple hours on the ice. Okay, let's try the next hole. And the next hole. Drop down 10 feet. Trusty scooper. Notice measurement stick on the scooper. So when I scoop it out, I can tell how thick the ice is. That's a good 7 inches there. That's what I measured, 7 inches. I do that for safety reasons, so I know personally how thick the ice is I'm standing on. Because if it isn't thick enough, you're going in the water. So you need to know. Some people just walk out here and play monkey see, monkey do. And somebody else is standing on ice. I can. But guess what? They're the ones that end up in the water. 2 people fell in back of me a couple days ago. This was only 4 inches of ice, and it was getting warm during the day, and that ice gave way, and they went in. So there's a lot of precautions, safety precautions you got to take. Okay, you get caught up in the ice sometimes. There we go. See if we can find number 4. Well, we did better so far than yesterday. Yesterday I only got 2. I got those 2 right away, and then it went dead for the rest of the day. For the next hour and a half, I jigged, I tried, the fish went down. They further down, so they couldn't be found. I wasn't going down 10, 20 feet. This area right here that I'm fishing is about 25 feet, maybe 30 tops. So sometimes the fish, where the swim bladder forces them to go down deeper into the water. And low pressure and the barometric pressure forces them to do that. When the pressure rises, so do the fish rise. But I can see my jig, and I don't see any trout swimming by. A lot of times you look down the hole and you'll see them swimming by right after your jig. How's everybody doing today? You doing good? Let's see what we got. Another person said hi. Hello, how you doing today? Ice fishing down at Foster Irving Park in Rochester, Minnesota, rice fishing for rainbow trout. Get some. Please hit the like, subscribe, comment if you want. We got 3 rainbow trout so far. We're going for number 4. And the battery seems to be charging. 87 minutes in? Oh, wow. Yep, 87 minutes in. Well, last week I got 40 one day. I got 20 another day, and I got 23 another day. And I let them all go. I let them all go. I just sport fish them. I don't keep them. I'd rather go to the store and buy them all cleaned and prepped, like salmon or steelhead, than clean. I used to clean a lot of fish and keep them. I don't anymore. All right, got a glass hole over there. See what's happening in this hole. Drop it down about 10 feet. See if there's any fish down there. Two, three, four, five, six. Got about 7 people, including me, down here. It is Friday. Happy Friday, everybody. Now he's got to pull that sled all the way up the hill with the tent. That's why I don't pull a tent and a sled down here on the ice. Just too much gear. I got a bad lower back. I can't be doing that. I travel very light. Got my auger in my bucket. My bucket has my poles in it, 3 poles. Bring down a lot of stuff you don't really necessarily need. I feel it's useless. Okay, where are these rainbow trout hiding? Making me work for them today. All right, let's go start back from the beginning. Mud mixer monster. That thing is oh so sweet. It's a beast, man. That's the only way I could describe it. That's a beast of a drill. It isn't about high torque. It's low RPMs. Hello. Good morning to you. Welcome to the show. This is a beast of a drill. It's 550 RPMs. It's not about the torque. This is low torque, but it's just solid. It doesn't shake. It doesn't shimmy all around on the ice. And you don't even have to push it down. It's such a beast. Let the blades do the work. Okay, let's get in our first hole right here again. And we got 3 rainbow trout today. And we're trying for number 4. Trying for number 4. Let's see if we get 4. Please subscribe, like, comment if you like. Hello to everybody that's watching. Thank you for watching, and I appreciate you all. Okay, now we're lined up there. All right. Now we got cooking with fire. Let's get number 4, rainbow trout. Ice fishing in Rochester, Minnesota. Let's see if we get number 4. Where are you at, number 4? We're getting a lot of views, a lot of subscribers. One day I got 200,000 people viewing my 2-hour show, which is excellent. I love it. Let's go higher. Let's get more subs. I've been on YouTube for about 7 years. I need to start getting paid. My wife always says, when are they going to start paying you? You treat it like a job. Yes, I do. I'm down here 3 or 4 days a week. So sub, and you'll see me down here 3 or 4 days a week ice fishing for fish. I'm going to do it till the ice melts, which will be around middle March or end of March. All right, bring it up a little and start jigging again. A lot of these trout I'm getting like 10 feet down, 12 feet down. They're down real low. Low barometric pressure pushes them down because they get a thing called the swim bladder. When they're up and it's low pressure, it puts gas in their swim bladder. So they got to go lower in the water to more stable water. So that dictates what level they're at. And then right now, it should be rising. They should be rising soon. So it's extremely hard some days to actually fish these guys because you don't know what level they're at. A lot of guys have fish finders. I just use a spoon to find what level they're at. Just barely see my jig. That's about 8 feet down, I would say. Come on, let's get number 4. I did better than yesterday. Yesterday I only got 2. Today I got 3 so far. I'm going to try that hole in back of it next. Hello everybody. Welcome to the show. I'm in Rochester, Minnesota, fishing for rainbow trout. And 6 inches of ice. And I'm number 3, trying for number 4. Trying to catch some rainbow trout. Rochester, Minnesota. It's going to get extremely cold later this afternoon, and for the next 4 days we've got the polar vortex coming in. I'll get my fishing in before that shows up, because I won't be out here, it'll be too cold. Come on, hit me. I know there's got to be one down there somewhere. Oh, we need a couple to swim in and out. I think I just got bumped. Come on, hit it. Bring it up a little. Jig some more. Everybody's warm in their house. Sitting in their kitchen drinking their coffee and having lunch. Alright, let's try the next hole. Up here, a bunch of other holes. We'll try these all out. Going down about 10 feet, then I'm going to start jigging. Anything more than 10 feet, it's extremely hard to set the hook. Got to raise your arms above your head to set that hook. I need a couple to swim by. You got a little ice in that hole. Little ice scoop. Trust the ice scoop with a measuring, it's a measuring stick too, so when I scoop out the ice I can measure how thick the ice is with my ice scoop. And we got 7 inches by my ice scoop. 7 inches, I could tell how thick the ice is. You want to know how thick the ice is that you're standing on, for safety reasons, at the very least. Okay, let's go down 10 feet. 7 inches is plenty thick. 5 inches is thick enough to hold you. It goes up 800 pounds per inch. Soon enough, some people even drive cars on the ice. When it's like over 15 inches of ice, you could drive a small car. 17, a big truck. I can't wrap my head around it, but people do. Upstate Minnesota on the big lakes, they do. Come on, let's find number 4. And what time is it? Let's see what time it is. All right, it's almost noon, 11:53. Hello, how's everybody doing? Good day to you. Good Friday. Pleased to have you here. I'm ice fishing in Rochester, Minnesota for rainbow trout. On number 3, we're trying for number 4. Let's see if we get number 4. Yeah, maybe I'll stay an extra hour if I can, as long as the winds don't get too hard, too swift, fast. Maybe we'll stay an extra hour, do a 3-hour show instead of just a 2. But I'd really prefer to be pulling fish up instead of just fishing, not catching anything. So there's that too, that variable. I got 3, which is good. That's a good day. On my previous shows, I got 2. The previous one before that, I got 20. The previous show before that, I got 23. The previous show before that, I got over 40 something. They put 2,000 in here. That day, I got 40 something. I let them all go. All right, scooper. Super scooper. Cool with that. Put her back. Okay, let's go down and find those rainbows. So far today, he's going for number 4. My jig's got to be about 20 feet down there. I can't even see it. Very dark down the holes and underneath the water. So you got to use a bright colored jig. There it is. Now I see it. Please like, subscribe, comment if you like. I'll be doing more live shows in 4 days. I'll be doing 3 or 4 more a week. Alright, now we'll do this hole again. Let's see if anything swam in here. someplace. Just got to find them. Hello, everybody. Saying here today. Yes, we're in Minnesota. You're in Rochester, Minnesota. Oh, hello from Rochester, neighbor. Hello, neighbor. Tom. Hello. Yeah, we're fishing in Foster Pond in Rochester, Minnesota for rainbow trout. One number 3, going for number 4. I might do it for a 3-hour show instead of just a 2-hour show today. So I brought an extra battery. We're going to jig about 10 feet down. Jig a little woolly bugger jig I got in a piece of beaver tail. It's bait on the end. It looks like a little maggot, beaver tail maggot. Hello people, welcome to the show. I'm getting a lot of highs. Hello everybody. Let's see if we get number 4. I got number 3. Let's go for number 4. We'll do this for about another hour. Unless I start pulling them up left and right, then maybe I'll have to stay longer. Anything's possible. Well, my back's starting to get a little tight too. When you stand on this hard water, hard ice, it does wear on your back. Especially when you're 63 like me. It could put a little damage on your back. Please leave the fish alone. He wanted to spell fish, but he put finish. Well, if you don't like seeing fish get caught, then tune out, all right? I don't know how fishing offends some people, really, basically. There's a lot of other damaging things in life than pulling a fish out, all right? That's what the DNR wants us to do here. They put them in, we take them out. This is a stocked pond. They stock it so people could have fun fishing. If nobody pulled them out, they wouldn't put them in here. They'd say, nobody's pulling them out. We got to stop putting them in here. They put 600 every 2 weeks. They put 2,000 a week and a half ago. That's the whole program. It's a program that they do to entice people to fish, okay? So saying like, leave the fish alone, you're supposed to catch them. That's, some people really say some dumb things in life. Okay, enough with that bonehead. You get boneheads that just, you know, they want to comment and they comment dumb things, like juvenile things. I'm going to do this 3-4 days a week. So if you like it, please subscribe. Hit the like button. Thumbs up. Comment. If you like fishing, you're going to like this. Ice fishing in Rochester, Minnesota. We just got to find some more rainbows. Come on, I know you guys are down there. I'm going to do more holes, so I don't know, it could be risky. 2 people fell in a couple days ago. It was only 4 inches of ice. I'm not fishing out of season. This is a year-round pond. Look it up. Foster Park in Rochester, Minnesota. special regulation pond where they stock trout for people to fish rainbow trout year round. And you know what the lucky thing is? I live in the town and you don't. So all you people that want to be jealous and say I'm fishing out of trout season, you're wrong. Okay? You got signs in the parking lot that designate this a special regulation pond. Yep, some people think they know everything. That's about life. They know everything. You can't tell them anything. Report me if you think I'm fishing out of season. Okay? And see how you get embarrassed. They tell you you're a dummy. They put 2,000 trout in here last week so we could fish them out. Yes, sir. Get some! Yes, sir. Some people just get jealous because you're having too much fun. I'm not going to let those boneheads bother me, okay? Let's see what the next bonehead remark is. If you don't know what you're talking about, you shouldn't even comment. We got a year-round pond here where they stock it every 2 weeks. Last week they put 2,000 in here for us to catch out of season because there is no season here. It's a year-round fishing pond that DNR designates and has the hatchery stock so we can catch fish year-round. But you're only allowed to take 3 out of this pond. Instead of statewide, it's 5 because it's special regulation. They got multiple ponds like this in southeastern Minnesota. It's a trout haven down here. They got Pottery Pond in Red Wing. They got the Courthouse Pond that's right below Minneapolis. And they got Foster Erin Park, which has a pond in the middle, which is where I'm at. And we catch fish year round. And you don't. But you can watch. We're on number 3 today, going for number 4. Trying to find number 4. Let's go to a new hole. That hole is not working out. Alright, let's try this one here, huh? Well, sometimes they bite, sometimes they don't. They don't always bite. Fish don't always. I hope they do too. Thank you for commenting. I'll tell you what though, I got 3. It's better than none. And I'll tell you what also, if you go to my live shows, the 2 days before, I got 20 and 23 and 40. So, I mean, you're not going to catch 40 every day, 20 every day. So check out my live shows, previous live shows, and you'll see me catching them left and right. Sometimes the bite is slower some days. It isn't always that frisky. But thank you. Stop it. Yeah, okay. Anything you say. That's a dummy remark. All right, we got 3 so far today, and we're going for number 4 in Rochester, Minnesota. Yeah, I ignore them. They're juveniles, most of them. But they stocked this pond. They put 2,000 in last week for us to fish. And it's a great fishing community, Rochester, Minnesota. the mung, everybody comes out in the ice. We have a good time and we pull out fish. You're allowed to keep 3 per day, and you're supposed to eat those 3, then come back and get another 3. And this is what it's all about. The whole purpose of the pond is for us to come down here and fish trout year round. The hatcheries that are about a half an hour away supply us with endless fish per year. And all you need is a trout stamp and a fishing license, and boom, you come down here to Rochester, Minnesota if you live around. Hello. How deep am I? About 8 feet down. It's been varying. I mean, I'm getting bites sometimes 15 feet down. And then when the barometric pressure starts rising, the fish start rising. So, I mean, sometimes they're just right underneath the ice. Other times you got to really work for them, like I am today. Yeah, the bite isn't always as severe as it was previous days. Hello, Tobia. I see quite a few swim by, but you know, they got to grab the hook. Let's try the next hole. And I usually drop it down about 10 feet, because anything over 10 feet is hard to set the hook. You got to raise your arms all the way above your head to set the hook. And let me show you what I'm using here today. It's like a little woolly bug thing. There's a little piece of beaver tail on the end. The beaver tail you buy, it's actual beaver tail slices. Looks like little maggots. And drop it down about 10, 12 feet, and then you start jigging it up slowly. You jig up and down, and that flutters in the water, the beaver tail. It looks like a little maggot, doesn't it? All right, back down, 10 feet. We'll find them. We'll find them. There's one. One just took it 10 feet down. I found them. They're 10 feet down. Come on back. And this is the Digger's jig tails that I use. And you can buy these off Etsy for like $3 a pack. And they work. They surely do work. And there's the WW, where to find them, in case you want to try these beaver tail jigs. They're better than silicone, I'll promise you that. And they're soaked in fish oil, so that attracts the fish too. Yeah, they're down deep today. That's why I'm not pulling them up one every 15 minutes. The barometric pressure plays a lot in that. I just had the one swim by. Hello, Andrea. Good day to you. Good day, mate. We're fishing for rainbow trout at Foster Aaron Pond in Rochester, Minnesota, live. How's everybody doing? We're 120 minutes in. It's a 2-hour show. We're going to go for 3. Battery go? I'm not charging anymore. The battery went. No, we have enough. That's all. I got it. Yep. We got enough for another hour. We'll stay another hour. Then we'll sign out. 1 o'clock, somewhere around there. Maybe we'll get lucky and pull out another rainbow action. Mobile, Alabama. And I have a brown pond that we go to for, and fish is full. Fish in and it is full. Wow, I love browns. eating brown trout are really good. Nice to meet you from Mobile, Alabama. Let's find another rainbow. I'm about 10 feet down. Jigging for rainbows. Always run the old Mr. Twister leeches. Discontinued, but still the best. Yeah, how about that? Well, know what those Mr. Twisters are really good for? The 4 or 5 inch, it's walleye. Down to Mississippi, a lot of the Hmong people use that. Those Mr. Twisters, and they get some big walleye. So yeah, you're right about that. Thank you for your comment too. Please people, like, subscribe, hit the like button. I'm going to do live shows from now on. I just enjoy doing the live shows actually. So, and I'm getting a lot of subs. I got 75 yesterday and 100 the day before. So I'm going to try to get paid by YouTube since I'm not getting paid right now. So all your comments and all your likes and all your subs are helping me. Thank you so kindly. I've been on this YouTube for 7 years. It's about time I should really try to get paid. And this is what I do for a living. And do errands for my wife. So, hello Colorado, welcome to the show. I know you have some good fishing in Colorado. They've been finicky up there, huh? Well, you got to keep at it, keep swinging at them till the barometric pressure plays a lot in that. You know, you got to. It's about timing, being in the right place, the right time, catching the fish. Like anything in life, it's about timing. But when the barometric pressure is really low, it pushes the fish down in the water column, and they're hard to find. Anything below 10 feet is hard to set the hook. So, I mean, there's that. And when the pressure starts rising like it is, I think today, that's when the fish come up. For Colorado, I bet you get some big fish out there. Would love to fish out there. I'd be doing live shows all the time out there. Welcome to the show. Please sub. Give me a like, a comment. Everything helps. I appreciate all you guys watching. We got 3 rainbows today. We're going for number 4. Trying to find number 4. Yeah, I'm sort of sight fishing too. I'm looking down the hole, see if I can see any swimming by, because sometimes they just swim by and don't bite. They want to see what the thing that's moving around over there. Hello, bro. Welcome to the show. Let's move to the next hole, people. All right, down this hole now. We'll see what we can find down here. If anything, I'm going to drop it down about 10 feet, and then I'm going to bring it up slowly, jigging in between. Yeah, I'm trying to read all your comments. Thank you for your comments. I'm reading as they're cascading up. We're going to go about another hour and then call it. We got 3, which isn't a bad day. Oh, last week I had 20 one day, 23 the other. 2 weeks before that I got 40. So, I mean, it's hard to live up to expectations of like that on a show. But I did the show with them. If you look on my previous live shows, you'll see I caught that many fish. Today, just a little bit more slower. But I'm pleased to meet you, and thank you for subscribing or watching, commenting and liking. Thank you so much. We're trying to get number 4. We're about 10 feet down. I'm gonna start bringing it up. See what we can find. Hope everybody's doing well. Happy Friday to you. Hello, Brom 744. How you doing? Let's see if we can find number 4. Come on, number 4, cooperate. It's going to get real cold out here in Minnesota this afternoon, and for the next 4 days, polar vortex is coming in, and we're going down to like single digits or negatives. And I'm not going to be out here fishing in that kind of weather. So I'll see you in the next live show, which will be 4 days later from now. And then I'll be out 2-3 days each day. I'll be going out. So stick around, watch my shows, appreciate it, sub, like, and I appreciate all you guys watching. Thank you so much. I wish there was a lot more trout coming up, but you know, this is what fishing's all about. Some days are really good, some days spectacular, and other days you get skunked, nothing. At least I got 3 today. Yeah, I don't know where these fish are all going. Yeah, they're opening up over there. Oh boy. You got an underground spring coming. One I need a fish to swim by. And boom! Take it in his mouth. And up a little and jig some more. I don't know about this. Let's move to the next hole. Huh? Good afternoon, everybody. How's everybody doing? I love brooks. I've been catching a lot of brooks and tiger. I never caught a tiger trout. Oh, you're lucky, dude. Wherever you're at, you're lucky. They have them in Minnesota, but I've never caught one. Yes, sir. brook are the prettiest fish that I think I love the colors on the brookies. Hello everyone. Wild, good day. I love those brook trout, the colors on the brook trout. I got sweatshirts with those colors and stuff. Pretty fish, white tipped fins they have. The males are really extremely pretty, colorful. The females are like a copperish color. The tigers are, that's a fish that don't breed, can't breed. It's a hybrid. How's everybody doing today? Get some! Happy Friday to everybody. Hope everybody's doing well. We're on number 3 rainbow trout, going for number 4. Trying to find number 4. My toes are just about ice cubes right now. I've been standing out in this ice for 2 hours and 10 minutes. So my toes are a little frozen. You know when it's really cold out? When it's really cold out, your snot will freeze on your mustache. But usually it's got to be 10 degrees out for that to happen. But we're going for number 4 trout if we can find them. Welcome to the room. We're ice fishing in Rochester, Minnesota for rainbow trout. They stocked 2,000 in here last week, and that day I got 40 and let them all go. 40 fish. It was a fun day. That's in my previous live shows. That day is on there. And then another day last week we got 20, and another day we got 23. Today we got 3. Yesterday we only got 2. Some days are better than others, but I mean, I'll take any of them. Yeah, I got 3 fish, which is better than yesterday. I only got 2 in 2 hours. We're looking for our number 4 rainbow trout. We got 3 previously. And they're not too hungry today. Or they're not swimming around as they should be. We're going to go about another half hour and see if we can find number 4, because my toes are getting a little cold standing out on this ice. It's about 30 degrees out and the temperature's dropping. The polar vortex is coming in tonight. We're going down to single digits in the next 4 days, where, yeah, I won't be ice fishing. How thick is the ice? It varies. Some places are 7-8 inches. Other places are only 4. So you have to have a measuring stick on your ice scooper, like I do. So if you drill a hole, you take this measuring scoop to get the ice out, like this, but you measure it when you're down there. See the measuring stick on there? So I can measure this, and that's 6 inches of ice. That's what I measure, 6 inches of ice. But that's a smart way. Some people, they drill a hole and never measure anything. And that happened 2 days ago, and guess what? 2 people went through. They went through the ice. So you got to be safe if you're going to do this. Because according to the Department of National Resources on the website, they say, quote, no ice is safe ice. All right, if you're going to go out, you got to be safe about it. You got to know how to get out of the water if you're going to go in. But I measure all the ice I stand on top of, so that's a safety feature for me. Some people don't. Some people are foolish about it. Okay, we'll bring it up a little. Yeah, the rainbows went down deeper, I think. That barometric pressure has a lot to do with that. They have a thing called a swim bladder that makes them buoyant and float, the trout, and so do northerns, pike. And when the pressure is low, they get gas in their swim bladder, and it pushes them down to a more stable level in the water group, which is further down. And when the pressure rises, it destabilizes the top part of the water where they could swim up in the top part. So there's that scientific fact too. I'm not seeing very much swimming around though. Next hole. Oh, let's get the scoop. Let's get the scoop. Sometimes the ice can be tricky. This was 5 inches. No, 6. This is 6 too. Just close proximity that I'm fishing. Some of the ice can be 6 inches, and others, if I walk 10 feet over, it's only 5. See over here? Let me show you. Over here, you can see the chunks of ice where the person fell in. Right over here. You can see chunks of ice. See the chunks? And it snowed a little above it. Right there, the chunks of ice where he broke in. And there's a wet spot over there that I'm skating. This place has underground streams all around it. Pop up, it's a quarry, so it has underground streams that pop up and start flowing, and it ebbs out the ice from underneath. That's why it's only smart to measure the ice. Way smarter to measure the ice and know what you're getting onto. Alright? And that's what I do. I measure the ice every time I use that scoop. Okay, let's drop down 10 feet, see if I find anything. Yeah, they must be down really deep. Hello, pro gamer. How you doing today? We're ice fishing in Rochester, Minnesota for rainbow trout. We got 3. We're going for number 4. They don't seem to be swimming around today, though. If a human hand ever reached out from underneath this hole, I would freaking run off the ice. That's a funny one. Oh boy. What state? Minnesota. Rochester, Minnesota. We're ice fishing with 6 inches of ice in Rochester, Minnesota. This pond is a year-round fishing pond for rainbow trout. They stock it. They put 2,000 in last week. And this is a special regulation pond that the hatcheries designate and put fish in so people could have fun and pull them out. That's what the whole program's about. Underwater anglers, yeah. You got to watch out for them. They're under the water swimming under there with no oxygen. Underwater squirters. Oh boy. Hello. We're looking for number 4 rainbow trout. My toes are getting icy. I've been standing on this ice for about 2 hours, over 2 hours. There's one. One came in and hit. Got it. Come on. Hit me again. Maybe it was just my imagination, huh? Come on, where are you at? I'll look down the hole to see if I can see them. Yeah, my toes are getting a little icy. 2 hours and 20 minutes out in the ice, they'll get icy and cold. probably just my imagination. I thought I had a bite there for a second. The line might have scraped the ice over there by the hole. But, you know, let me show you some of the safety gear that I wear. You got these first. If I ever fell in right now, I got these spikes that hang around my neck, and you pull yourself out like this, out of the ice while you're kicking your feet, and then roll on the ice till you get to a safe area. Another thing is 20 yards of rope with a C-clip on it. And then I got a axe to get out of the ice too. So a lot of safety equipment I wear for the mere reason I come down here alone, and I want to be able to get out of the ice in case I go in a hole. All right, that's my main objective. If I'm down here alone, I ain't going to get anybody's help. So I got to do it all by myself. Okay, let's try this last hole. I'm trying for number 4. Well, for the next 4 days, we've got the polar vortex coming in. I won't be out here fishing, but I promise you I'll be back in 4 days, and we'll do 3 or 4 shows that week. The polar vortex is going to bring the temperatures down to single digits and negatives. Too cold to come out here fishing. Please like, subscribe, comment. Goes a long way. I'm trying to monetize this channel this year, and that's why I'm doing more live shows. I'm getting more subs. Well, it looks like it might just be a 3-fish day, which isn't a bad day. Sort of all disappeared. Some days are better than others. If you look at my previous live shows, I have 20, 23, 40 something, and yesterday was only 2. So if you want to skip that one, skip that one. The one that is above this. So that's 1 fish an hour only, but that's fishing. It's not always hot. Sometimes it's cold. Yeah, sometimes it's not as good as the day before catching 40. Okay, some more comments here. In Colorado, we're fishing with 12 plus inches at our high altitude. Yeah, 12 inches is, you can almost drive a car on that. Yeah, I'd love to go fishing in Colorado. Pleased to meet you. But like I said, they stock a lot of trout in this. Rochester's a small city, and they put a lot of trout in this pond, and it's so convenient for me to just get in my car 10 minutes away and come over here and do these shows and catch trout. And that's why I'm doing them, for you guys to watch. So please like, subscribe. Just turn off the notifications, because I can sometimes post a lot of shorts. But I'm going to do more live shows now. Come on, where are you guys at? Give me one more. I try to interact with you guys as much as I can. That's why I keep the phone close to me here, so I can read your comments and correspond accordingly. Yeah, and I think the temperature's going to only get worse and worse. It's going to get colder and the wind's going to kick in. I think the fish know it and they're hiding too. Driving course on a lake and have sports cars drive it. Yeah, cool. That sounds cool. They must have special tires on them with spikes or something. Yeah, 15 more minutes. We'll give these guys about 15 more minutes to see if they're going to show up. Another trout. We got 3 so far, going for 4. I appreciate all you guys watching. Give me a warm like. Subscribe, please. I think you'll like the shows. I try to incorporate fun in my shows. Alright, I have fun while I'm fishing. I let all my trout go, so I gotta stand out here, crack jokes, and keep people occupied and entertained, okay? But it's nice to have all you guys watching. We're at Foster Aaron Pond in Rochester, Minnesota. Fishing for rainbow trout. They stocked 2,000 in here last week, and they're waiting for us to take them out and they'll put more fish in. Year-round trout fishing pond. Yeah, I guess I'm not getting number 4. Let's go all the way down, see if we get a bite. Just for kicks and jollies. There we go, that's about 15 feet down. Let's see if we get a bite. Now, take it, if I do get a bite, it's going to be extremely hard to set my hook because I'm going to have to be pulling up. Okay, where you at, guys? Come on. All right, that's what I'm working with today. Right there, a little beaver tail on it. There it is. A little woolly bug with beaver tail piece on it. It flutters in the water. We got 3 today. Thank you everybody for watching. I appreciate you all watching. Hit the sub, like. Subscribe, please. I'm going to be doing a lot more live shows, you'll see. And but for the next 4 days, that Arctic vortex is coming in. It's going to be extremely cold, so I'm not going to be out here for the next 4 days. But after that, yeah, we'll do about 3 or 4 days straight. All right, so please sub. I appreciate all you guys, and we'll see you next episode, okay? Have a nice day. Have a nice weekend, too. God bless.